later, those who are not able to join. First of all, thank you for joining this late night call. The reason why I scheduled it late night, because so that everybody, most of the people will be able to join. They will be completing their their daily schedule, and then they can join up. So the main purpose of this call is to discuss some of the very important things, mainly for school students, and also share the preparation strategy, and also share the preparation strategy of our students, ICSE 2025 students who have scored above 90%, Sufyan, Debangi and Alok. But please note that scoring above 90% is not only considered as good. I mean, if a student puts its full potential, okay, then that person has done very good. So not only these three, but also Rupayan, Arsalan, Rupraj, Raj, okay, they have also done great results. I have invited them also, but I have mainly requested Sufyan, Debangi and Alok to share their views because they were able to score above 90%. Okay, so all of us should target above 90%, then only we will be able to get something close to that, if not exactly what we target for. Okay, so to start with, first of all, I want to introduce Sufyan, Debangi and Alok. So Sufyan studies in DBL, and he joined in class 10 only, and he scored 98.4% in ICSE. Debangi, she has been studying since class 8, and she scored 92% overall, and Alok also joined in class 10 and he scored 96%. Now, so before starting discussing about their exam strategy, okay, or preparation plan, I would like to first of all um, uh, I would like to first of all mention some of the characters that they had, that actually helped them to get this level of marks. The first thing is that they were very punctual. Okay, they were extremely punctual. Like for the last 1 year, I have hardly seen them coming late. They were always on time, whether it is any rainy day or whether it is a festival. They were always present and they were always on time. Okay, secondly they were extremely hardworking. Okay, sincere, extremely regular. Okay, so these are some of the characters that I have noticed in them, not only in them, also in the other people who used to study. But I feel that Sufyan, Devangi and Alok have actually shown a great degree of these characters. Okay, and you know what, if you are disciplined, if you are punctual, see, the characteristics of a good student actually starts from the very basic things. Okay, you don't have to directly go and score 100 out of 100. Okay, and you will not be able to do that also. It actually starts from very very small things. For example, punctuality. Like if you have set your alarm at 8 a.m. in the morning, try to wake up at 8 a.m. only. If you keep on snoozing, then waking up late or reaching late, or doing late in everything becomes a part of your attitude. Okay, I have seen many people say they might feel that they are coming, they feel that they are coming to class regularly, and even if they are late for 15-20 minutes, I've observed this many times, and it has become a very normal for some people. Like they come to class late by 15-20 minutes. Okay, and they think that since they are doing the classes regularly, they are definitely going to do good in their exams. But that is not that, it doesn't work in that way. I'll tell you some of the things that actually help, that actually builds a bad attitude. One is, say for example, you are not bringing the books and copies to class, you are not bringing your stationery. Okay, so when say one class is going on, you are writing down the notes at the back of some other copy. Okay, now once or twice that is fine, but when you make it a habit, it actually bites you in every phase of life. Okay, especially coming late to class. Okay, so when you start coming late, what happens, this late thing actually gets into your cells. You will be late in everything. You will be late in completing your exams, you will be late in reaching the exam hall. Okay, so these are some of the characters that you have to really get rid of. And Sufyan, Debangi, Alok, Raj and all other students who were there, who were part of batch ICSE 2025, were really good in their punctuality, discipline, hard work, regularity, all these things. So that is one first thing that you have to develop. Okay. Now I would be moving over to Sufi and Devangi and Alok. Uh, I would request you to give some analysis, like what do you think about ICSE 2025 PCM papers? What is your analysis? Like, uh, just to inform everyone that we have completed uh, test papers of every subject end to end. We have completed the specimen papers. We have completed the competency papers as well. Okay. However, there were some unexpected things that came up in ICSE this time. Okay, so Sufyan, Debangi, and Alok would be the best person to express their views on that. Okay, yeah, Orpon, you can be on mute. Okay, I'm muting you. Okay. Okay, so Sufyan, Debangi, and Alok will be the best person to express their views on that. So first of all, we will start with Sufyan. So Sufyan, what is your view on the difficulty level or the style of the question paper that came up in physics, chemistry, and maths? Like whatever we practiced in test papers, whatever we saw in specimen and competency paper, how close it was during the exam? Did you receive any surprises? Okay, what is your suggestion?
So usually what we were practicing in class was the
You can switch on your camera,
OSWAL
Sufyan.
papers. Huh?
Mm.
That's
So
okay.
everybody will be able to see you. Not everybody has seen it actually. Many new people are over here. Yeah, thank you, Sufyan.
So what we were practicing in class was the OSWAL paper, and that was actually above the previous ICSC standards. Okay, so after the lockdown, ICSC has been shifting towards more logic based questions
Mm-hmm.
than memorizing based. Okay, so this year it was much harder than the previous ones. Especially the maths paper, it was lengthy and it was tough, but it matches the OSWAL standard, but not the previous paper. So doing 10 years won't work anymore, I
Mm.
think.
Okay. Okay. So doing 10 years won't work. Fine. So Devangi, what is your analysis on the physics, chemistry, maths paper? And not only physics, chemistry, math paper, but also the other papers as well. Okay. Like you can say about the physics, chemistry, maths, and then the other ones.
Yes, sir. Sir, for maths, I'm telling that I feel that the maths paper was lengthy. Many might feel that this year the time limit was like it was increased to 3 hours. But
Mhm.
many might think the question pattern was not changed. But still, I feel that the time was not enough for the way the paper was like made. Like the patterns were same, but I think the questions were different. Like we practiced in the test papers a type of questions, like for the graphs and all, we practiced three graphs. At least
Mhm.
one graph was in the compulsory section. But in ICSC, one graph, like not even one graph came in the compulsory section. Like all were in the section B, which is optional one. And with the graph, I felt that one graph I will like all the graphs I would be able to attempt. But when I went to ICSC and like sitting in the exam, I saw that with the graph, there's a question which I won't be able to attempt, like a tough question with an easy question, like that. So I feel that you need to practice all the chapters very well.
Mhm.
So unexpected things can happen in ICSE, and competency based questions also come. Like you need to practice those competency as it's said by council that year after year the competency questions will increase in the
Mhm.
paper.
Mhm.
And I feel that we practiced the paper within 2.5 hours, like the daily practice we did for the papers. That is the reason we were able to complete the paper
Yeah.
for the 3 hours. If we hadn't practiced the 2.5 hours paper, we wouldn't have been able to complete as it was quite lengthy.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And what about physics and chemistry?
For physics and chemistry, I was not able to complete the competency questions. But I think if I was able to complete those competency
Mhm.
questions, the paper would have been much easier.
Okay.
And for the specimen paper, I think the specimen paper was not much helpful for ICSC. The specimen papers were helpful for the pre-boards of different
Okay.
schools. Like the specimen papers that are released. I think year
Mhm.
after year, the pre-board questions, at least a few questions from the specimen paper, at least like the come. And the pre-board marks are also important for the admissions in different schools. But in ICSE, I don't think the specimen papers are required that much. The practice.
Okay. Okay, so just for everybody's information, let me give you a little bit of background. Normally, maths paper until last year was of two and a half hours. Okay, it was of 2.5 hours. From this year, it increased to 3 hours. And as per council, it was mentioned that there will be no increase in the number of questions. Okay, only the time has been increased. But after they faced the question, they saw that the question paper was quite lengthy. I mean, the number of questions was still the same, but the answers were lengthy. Okay, so that is how the council played. They increased the time, but they also increased the length of the paper. However, like every year, what we practiced is that we practiced the full paper within 2.5 hours. We didn't wait for 3 hours. We practiced our test for 2.5 hours, so that if any unexpected thing happens, just like what happened this year, we will still be able to handle. Okay, and that is what we were able to do. Okay, and that is what we were able to do. We since they practiced within 2.5 hours, they were able to complete the question, the long question paper, within 3 hours only. Okay, okay, fine. So Alok, what is your view? So Alok scored highest in maths. He scored 94%. So Alok, what is your view on the maths, physics, and chemistry paper?
Yes, I'll have to say that the maths paper was very lengthy this year,
Okay.
and the question difficulty was also comparatively difficult
Mm-hmm.
than previous years. So what my what I have understood that if you study the specimen papers, that then you'll get a rough idea about what type of questions you'll get.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I solved the sample papers of chemistry, physics, and maths, then
Mm-hmm.
when I went into the exam hall and saw the question paper, I realized that many questions were almost similar pattern based. Like there were some new type of questions which appeared in this year, and those questions were also present in the specimen paper. So I think that helped me gain a few more marks, a few extra marks, and also the main key to good marks, I think, is repeated revision
Okay. Okay.
and paper solving.
Great. Okay. So just for everybody's information, you might be confused between what specimen paper and what competency paper is. So yeah, Ajit, you have raised your hand, so we will come to the question and answer part. Okay. Not now. I will let everyone know when they need to ask questions. So just for everybody's information, what specimen paper and what competency paper means, I'll tell you. Uh, so every year, CISE releases two types of paper in their boards, in their website. One is called the specimen paper. So specimen paper is completely in the style in which the ICSE paper comes. Okay, like there is section A, there are 15 MCQs. Then there are a couple of questions, mandatory questions which you have to. Okay, then there are some mandatory questions which you have to attempt. Then there is section B in which you have to attempt any four. So that is called the specimen paper. Okay, so from the specimen paper you can actually expect the pattern of the question that is going to come in ICC. Now there is another thing called competency paper. What is a competency paper? A competency paper is something in which is not in the ICSE pattern, but it consists of say around 200 questions of little bit higher standard than that of the ICSE papers. So we have actually practiced ICSE like competency paper of physics, chemistry, maths, everything. So you can understand the level of preparation that we have to undergo for handling this type of ICSE. So like I have got feedback from other teachers also who have been examiners in other schools. They are saying that on the maths exam, like students were crying. I mean, they didn't even take a graph paper, and they were telling that we are done, we need to go back home. Okay, but since they are not allowed to leave the hall before 3 hours, they have to sit tight. So this has been the feedback in one of the schools. I'll not take the name, but one of the examiners is my student's mom, and she has gave this feedback. However, we have scored above 90, but the hard work that we had to put in, that I want you to understand. Okay, that what level of hard work is needed, and we will again have to give this hard work for this year as well. Okay, so be prepared. And like ICSE has become full of surprises now. It has become just a competitive exams. Okay, but that is good. It is preparing students for the future very quickly. Okay, so now the best part of this discussion, like we will try to know what was their study plan. Okay, you must always you might have always heard that when toppers are asked that how far, I mean how many hours did you study, they used to say we used to study only 2 hours a day, and rest all the time I used to watch TV, go for party and all these things, but still they score 99%. But today they will not be able to escape. Okay, they will have to share their honest study plan so that we all learn from them, we get inspired. There are so many little children over here, those who are not appearing for class 10 today, but they can start preparing in their path. Okay, and they can definitely do good result. So we'll start with Sufyan. So Sufyan, after we completed our syllabus, and when you were when you were preparing, doing your self study, like after pre boards are over, mainly in the month of January and February, what was your study plan right from the morning till night?
Right from the morning till night. Acha. I used to, means after the school gave us holidays, na. So I
Mm-hmm.
used to wake up at 9. I used to wake up at 9, start studying at 10,
Okay.
study till like 12,
Mm-hmm.
and then again I would sit for studying from 6,
Mm-hmm.
from 3 to 6 again I would study,
Okay.
and then from 7 to 9 bus. This
Okay.
much only.
Okay. So what is the total duration in a day?
6 7 hours.
6 7 hours. Now, okay, so you used to study for 6 7 hours. Now, see, for Sufyan, 6 7 hours might be sufficient. Okay, if but for others it might not be. Like if I was in Sufyan's place, it would have been much more for me. Okay, for Sufyan it might be 6 7 hours. For me, it would have been double of that. So. Uh, so don't take it like this, that if Sufyan is studying for 6 7 hours, then only if you study for 6 7 hours it will work for you. It might have to study more, or you might have to study less. Okay, so for Sufyan it is 6 7 hours, which is actually quite a good amount of time for a day. But of course you can I mean, increase the number of hours based on your capability. Capability is given by God, we cannot help it. So Sufyan, when you used to start studying, so you have so many subjects, like you have history, geography, you have subjects which are theory based, you have subjects which are difficult like maths, physics, chemistry. So how did you used to study? You used to start studying maths directly, or did you just start studying based on your mood, or did you have a specific strategy, like first of all I will study this, and when I get into form then I will study this? So what was your strategy?
So I never studied English 1 to begin with. Okay, and computer and maths I did all throughout the year. And when I started preparing the preparation seriously, first I completed the theory subjects like
Mm-hmm.
geography, history, and biology.
Mm-hmm.
After completing them, I went on for the science subjects, and after completing science, I gave a revision for the theory subjects.
Okay. Okay. And okay, fine. Now okay, so I'll move to others. First of all, let me complete with Sufyan. So most of you might be knowing that during ICSE, some of the exams had long holidays before them. Like there were some exams which even have 2 weeks of holiday. Okay, 8 days of holiday. So Sufyan, at that time, what you used to do? Like, did you used to study one subject for 8 days, or what was your approach?
One subject for 1 day, not 8 day. 8 day is boring.
Hmm. So say for example, if uh, so say for example, if after 8 days there was maths exam, and after maths exam after 2 days it was a Hindi exam, then what you used to
So I
do?
would study Hindi first.
Yes. So that is the
What I
time.
actually did know, sir,
Mhm.
before maths we had 10 days of holidays. So
Okay.
first 4 5 days I studied science. Then
Okay.
2 3 days I studied second language, and only three
Mhm.
days I did maths because I have done maths all throughout the year and it was easy for me.
Right, right. So you can understand what he is telling, that he has done maths all throughout the year. He has studied all throughout the year. Okay. So this is an example of consistency. If you have consistency, you don't need intensity. Okay, so since he has studied all throughout the year, during ICSE he is just using his year long consistent work, just to just to I mean, manage his time. So if you have 8 days before maths, you don't need to give 8 days for maths, rather you utilize those 8 days for the upcoming exams which have less holidays before them. That is how you can do good in all the exams. Excellent, Sufyan, thank you. Debanki, what was your strategy? Like, how many hours of studies did you used to do in your self study period, like January and February? Okay, and how did you used to manage your time before these exams which are long holidays?
When our school gave holiday after the pre-boards, I used to sit to study at 9, and then I study like 11:30 or 12, and
Mhm.
then in the afternoon time I did not used to study, and then I used
Okay.
to study in the evening again, like 5 to 5:30 to 10 or something like that. And if I used to
Mhm.
have tuitions in the evening, I used to study after dinner, like 1 or 2 hours after dinner, because I'm a late night sleeper and I wake
Mhm.
up a little late in the
Mhm.
morning. So
Mhm.
I like to study at night rather than in the early morning.
Right.
uh, Different people have different
Yes.
preferences and stuff.
So what was the number of hours of study per day?
Um, it was 7 to 8 hours
Seven
in
to eight
total.
hours. 7 to 8 hours. So you can see Devangi's preparation is more of late night study. Okay. So just like me also, I also used to do the same. For me, it was easy to study till late at night and wake up late in the morning. So that also you can do. See, there is no such there is no such rule that you have to wake up at 4 a.m. and then you have to study. No, if you wake up at 4 a.m. and if you keep on sleeping, then the study is of no use. So if it is easy for you to study till late at night and wake up late, that is fine. No problem in that. Okay, even I used to do that, and Debangi also does the same thing. And Debangi, I hope your strategy for those exams which are long holidays before them was to actually study for other exams and then go for that particular exam, like, right? Say for example, before maths exam there was 10 days. So how did you use that?
Yes, sir. I did not do like for the break that was given after the pre boards. I did not used to practice maths during that break. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I go for tuitions, I used to do solve papers on maths, and that was the all I did
Mm-hmm.
for maths. And other subjects like the theory subjects I did, and computer also I did not do much.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had tuitions, I used to solve some papers or
Mm-hmm.
questions, or if I had doubts, I used to ask my teachers.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not regularly study those subjects.
Okay.
And a few days before ICSE of those particular subjects, I like studied for 1 or 2 days
Mm-hmm.
before maths.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the other days I had a 6 day holiday because I had my Bengali paper before that.
Okay.
So in those 6 days I only did maths for 2 days, and other
Mm-hmm.
days I studied other subjects because all the main
Hmm.
subjects were left before that.
Yes, and
Like,
only and you could manage maths in 2 days only because you practice it all throughout the year. Okay, so again, circling back to the same thing, that it is consistency that is the secret to their success, not the intensity. Don't think that okay, for the last 5 years ICIC is giving us 10 days of holiday before maths exam, I will do all the magic before that during that holiday only. No, it doesn't work in that way. That is absolutely correct. Alok, now it's your turn. So how many hours did you use to study during your self study plan?
Sir, I didn't focus on the hours.
Mm-hmm.
I just m- uh, during my preparation, I used to make a deadline of a subject or a chapter or topic, and
Mm-hmm.
I used to cover that topic on that day.
Excellent. Okay.
And I'd have to say that I didn't study much during the day, and I I'm actually more concentrated during the night, so
Okay.
I used to study late nights.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So Alok's preparation strategy is more of deadline based. Okay. So he used to set deadlines and then he used to complete those chapters or those topics within those deadlines. And he is again a late night, like a student, just like Debangi and me. Okay. So. So this was about the study plan. So you can actually understand that how many hours of studies do you actually need to do. You need to actually study equal to or more than the number of hours that they suggested. Okay. So and yes, again I'm telling you that it is consistency throughout the year. Okay. That will actually lead you to success, not intensity. Okay, if you are consistent you don't have to work hard. If you're not consistent you will have to work hard. So now we will open up the so my now my part is done. Whatever I had to ask them I have asked. So now I will open up the forum for your questions. Okay, whatever questions you have for them, please go ahead and ask. Yes, the name is appearing as Tejas Agarwal, Jeet and Jeet Chatterjee. So, okay, Jeet, you can go ahead because you raised hand first, and then we will move to Tejas Agarwal.
Sir, I was asking what reference books would they like prefer?
Okay, okay. So, Sufyan, Debangi, Alok, anybody can suggest what reference book? So, reference book on which subject?
Sir, mainly maths and science.
Okay, mainly maths and science, physics, chemistry, bio, and maths. So, what do you suggest, Sufyan? We'll move from Sufyan to Debangi to Alok. Okay, and then you can take a note,
For
Jeet.
the science and math subjects, you just focus on what books your school suggests.
Mm-hmm.
Complete one book thoroughly,
Mm-hmm.
and for biology, you may need to follow two books. Other subjects is not necessary. And for solving, you can buy Oswal or Goel Brothers. Both are
Mm-hmm.
very good.
So, two books means which books? Bio.
Bio, concise and Srijan.
Okay, okay. And physics and chemistry concepts, right?
Huh.
Okay, Jit. Debangi and Alok, do we have a different answer or same answer? Do you suggest anything different for maths, physics, chemistry, bio?
No, sir, same.
Okay, Alok.
No, sir.
Okay, so Jeet, for
Sir,
maths, yeah,
could you repeat the
yes,
solving papers book?
yes, sure. For maths, you need to follow ML Agarwal. Like whatever book your school has ML Agarwal. So I'm telling ML Agarwal. Okay. And for biology, he said concise and Srijan. Okay. For physics and chemistry, it is concise. Okay. And for test papers, you need to follow Oswald and Goel Prakashan. Okay. Now we actually study both of them,
Okay.
Oswald and Goel Prakashan. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay, you can lower your hand, Jeet. I think next was Tejas Agarwal, Mr. Tejas Agarwal. I think, yeah, he raised his hand.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask that can we use PYQs for practice or should we stick to competency and specimen papers right now?
Okay. Uh, Alok or Devangi, please answer this question and then I'll tell mine.
I think PYQs are not necessary. They don't
Hmm.
much help much in the ICSE.
Yes.
Solving the competency and specimen or the other test papers are enough.
Right. So yes, so correctly said actually. See, when you like for example, if you take ML Agarwal, Tejas, so when you solve a chapter, you will see that you will already have ICSE past year questions over there. 2023, 2024 are already there. So when you are doing a chapter, you can do those questions. So but in that process, you will be already completing the past year questions. But when you are preparing for exam, the past year questions are of no use. Like 10 years are absolutely of no use for physics, chemistry, and maths. Okay, the best way based on today's experience, I tell you, this year's ICSE experience, I tell you, the best way is to practice like different categories of questions. Okay, I mean different genres of questions, not PYQ, from different test papers. From even if you find any test papers in the internet, just go for them. That you need to increase. You need to, I mean, develop your skill rather than developing your your memory power. Okay, that is how you'll be able to handle the ICSE question paper in the best way. I hope I could make it clear, Tejas.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Hishant, yes, you have raised your hand.
So, sir, I want some clarifications from Sufyan Bhaiya regarding the computer. Like, keeping aside the tuitions, what would he study at home for computer, for the coding part and the theory?
ये तो थोड़ा nepotism question हो गया means computer my computer base is really strong from childhood, so I don't really study computer that much. But if you want to study computer and score 100, no, follow the book. Means theory you have to learn, even though theory
Mhm.
comes for like 4 to 5 bucks, but you have to follow the theory because that is the portion where marks are gone. Okay, and programming you can follow whatever your school does. That's all you need. It's not difficult.
Okay.
Sir, I had one more doubt.
Sure, sure. Please go ahead.
Sir, I wanted to know that how much they got in their pre-board exams.
Pre-boards, okay. Sufyan, Alok, Debangi, please tell them your pre-board. So you need the
So what happened?
full mark sheet or the percentage?
So only the percentage.
Okay. Okay, please share your percentage.
I got I got 83% in the pre-boards, and 5 days before the pre-boards, I came back from the hospital. I
Yeah,
had typhoid.
yeah, right. Alok, what was your score? Your percentage?
सर आलोक खाने गया.
Okay, okay. Debangi, what was your percentage?
Sir, I did not really calculate my pre-boards percentage.
Oh, still on an average, like what do you think? Like based on the other marks, like what is an approximate percentage? What do you think?
Uh,
75,
I think
80,
it would be around 80%.
80%. Okay, 80%. Okay, Hishant, any more? Eh, any more queries?
No, sir.
That's all? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there is someone, Arav Gupta. So, Arav, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. My doubt is from Sufyan Bhaiya. Uh, how did he manage exam stress and pressure during the pre-boards and then boards? I need tips.
Okay.
तो I kind of study. You see, the boards during the boards, I did not have that much pressure because I had studied everything. In the pre-boards, because I came back from the hospital,
Mhm.
I had pressure, so I did selective study for that. Means like history, we have 22 chapters. I prepared only 12 chapters and went, and I did not get that much good marks also. But if you study from the beginning and have everything prepared and practice,
Hmm.
you will not have stress. So you will
Yes.
have nothing to manage for
Right.
that.
Again, circling back to the same thing, it is the consistency that helps you during your difficult times. Okay, not the intensity. Okay, Araf, did you get your answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any more questions? Araf, from your side, any more questions? Okay, Tridha, you can go
No,
ahead.
sir.
Tridha, so let me just introduce Tridha. Tridha has got first rank in international mathematical Olympiad in her school, Kendriya Vidyalaya, and also 183 All India rank. Okay, so Tridha is also one of the toppers. So Tridha, you can go ahead, please.
Yes, sir, I want a clarification that
Hmm.
what type of questions come in board exams. Like it is the questions like the final exams of normal classes, or it comes like other questions from previous classes. And
Oh,
what's that?
okay. Uh, so see for ICSE, okay, it is normally based on the syllabus of the present class only. So if you are like in class 10, okay, it will be based on the class 10 syllabus only. Okay, there will be, I would not say that there is no direct, I mean there is no direct question from class 9 syllabus, but maybe an application of it. See, as far as maths is concerned, whatever you have studied till class 10 is your supporting structure, right? I mean, if for class 10 any chapter you're doing, you are using the knowledge that you have learned up to class 9. Okay, but for physics and chemistry, I can tell you whatever questions are coming, it is up to class 10. But in ICSE, what happens is that for in ICSE syllabus there are some chapters which are very common in class 9 and 10. Like in chemistry, you have this chemical bonding, you have periodic table. Okay, these things are common between 9 and 10. So when they give questions in class 10, it might appear that there is some similarity with class 9, but like majorly it is the class 10 syllabus only, not from previous classes.
Means it is like the final exam questions of previous classes only. Final
Yes,
exam
yes, 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 for
questions.
school pre-boards, yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Ritkriti, C Chakraborty, Ritkriti, you can go ahead.
Sir, I was asking if there are any special tips for the like subjects to study, like some subjects if we have to do more often or less often.
Okay, so Debangi, would you like to answer this question of your little sister? If you have any tips, like for geography, any
Yes,
special
sir.
tips, history, any special tips?
Sir, I feel like what you need to study from day one is history and geography, because I am really bad at mugging things up. So I feel history and geography should be studied from day one of class 10. And not only class 10, I feel every class, history and geography should be studied from day one, because other subjects you will like practice and you somehow understand them and you can do them a second time. But for history and geography, I try to learn it one time and then I forget the
Mm-hmm.
second time I open the book in that
Mm-hmm.
chapter. So I felt the most effective method is learning a page or then writing those key points that I've learned, so that every time I try to think of that question, the answer usually comes in my mind from those points.
Mm.
So I
Okay.
think that's the most effective method.
Okay. So you are telling that writing down the answers, right? Practicing by writing it down.
Yes, sir, for history and geography mainly.
Okay. 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 Tridha, you want to ask a question? Raise your hand.
I want to ask that how can we make some effective notes before the board exam, because I think it's not possible for us to read the whole book before the exam.
Okay. Okay. Very important question. Very important question. So, Sufyan, would you like to answer this question if you have made any notes whatsoever?
So I don't believe in making notes or such, because
Mm-hmm.
making notes consumes a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
and it actually shortens, means
Mm-hmm.
you don't get the full book content in the notes. So actually you can make
Correct.
short notes in your book itself, but don't make separate notes in the copy. That is
Right.
time consuming, it takes effort, and it
Mm.
can get lost also.
Yes. I totally agree to what Sufyan says. So, Debangi, what is your take on this? And then I'll tell mine.
So for few theory subjects, I've tried making a note, but then I felt like studying from the book is the
Hmm.
best method.
Right, right, right. Yes, very, very nice question, Frida. Yes, I also feel the same. Like making notes is actually a wastage of time because you have to make them, you have to write them, you have to search for them, and you have to write them. Rather than that, what you can do, you read the whole book. Okay, you learn it. Like learn it means whatever is possible, you learn it, you practice it. Okay, what you can make is something called as fast forward notes. Okay, there is something called as fast forward notes which I have made for my senior students, like jotting down all the formula, all the shortcuts in one PDF and sharing it with them. That is called fast forward notes. What is fast forward notes? It is sort of a like formula based, not details, not detail. I mean, that is not going to be a source of truth. You have to read the books, but you have to use the fast forward notes. Say for example, when you're going to school, okay, in the way you just open up the notes and you can just go through the formula, so you will be just able to remember this formula in the form of picture in your mind, but that is not going to be a source of truth. Okay, so notes is not the one stop process. Okay, that is not going to fetch you, that is not going to help you.
I sir, I can share that how I make notes. Please tell is it right or not.
Okay.
I just make the key points, like the topics, main topics which are to be covered, like the definition. If I want to learn the definition of any word, I would simply write the word, and
Mhm.
after that I would find the definition from the book and memorize it and take it that I have learned this definition, like short note. It
Okay.
is it correct?
Yes, so ultimately you are learning from book only, right? You are using the book for learning, right? You are writing down the
Yes.
notes, but you are not using the note as your source. Like what I'm saying, don't make the notes and then close the book and then keep it for the rest of your year, and then use the note, those cheat papers for your preparation. No, okay. You are making, what you're making is fast forward notes, and but you are reading from the book only, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so that is fine. That is fine. Keep. I mean, it should be the book that should help you. The picture of the pages of the book should be in your mind. Okay, it should be like a picture. Okay, that is the best way. I mean, if you want to like get excellent marks. Okay, Agastya, you have question.
Yes, sir. I want to ask that if there are there any similarities between the question of the pre boards and the main boards?
Okay, Debangi, similarity he is asking.
So the pattern might be same, but I
Hmm.
think for me, like the maths paper in our pre-boards was very easy. Like I scored much better in pre-boards in maths than in the ICSE, and I felt the ICSE was completely unexpected and totally different from pre-boards. Like people say that the pre-boards is much difficult than ICSE, but I felt for the maths at least the pre-boards was very easy, but for the ICSE paper was a little tough.
Okay, Sufyan.
Pattern might be same, but the questions are very different.
Okay, Sufyan, what is
That pre-boards usually depends on which school you study in. Different schools have different standards of pre-board,
hmm, hmm, hmm.
and if your school gives a tough set for pre-boards, then the science portion of that will be similar to ICSE as of this year, not
Okay.
according to previous year. Previous year science was
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
comparatively easy,
hmm, hmm, hmm.
and other subjects pre-board will be tougher, I think, because
Hmm,
boards
hmm.
other subjects are easier.
Hmm. So, Agastya, actually, it depends on the schools. Like, if you see the Methodist question paper, they actually follow the question paper of Calcutta boys and Calcutta girls. Okay, their paper is much tougher than ICSE. So, if you ask a Methodist student, he will say that yes, my paper was my difficulty level of my pre-boards paper was similar to ICSE. Okay, but different schools again have different like difficulty level. So, there is similarity means yes, of course, as Debanki said, there is similarity in pattern, but not in the question. Like don't expect any common question to come. If it comes, you are lucky, but normally it doesn't, because you know what, how, I mean, how can you get common questions? Common questions are mainly for definitions, define this, define that, that is common question. But if the question becomes totally logical, there is no point of getting common questions. Okay, so similarity means if you are thinking about common questions, no, you're not going to get.
Sir, I had another doubt.
Hmm. Yes.
Um, Usually nowadays the ICSE there are application based questions. So how
Yes.
do the question appears in history?
Okay. Sufyan.
In history, no, in the MCQ portion, you will get many assertion and reason questions. So that questions are very tricky because
Hmm.
correct explanation or not a correct explanation, very minute differences, and you will lose 1 marks very easily.
Hmm.
And for the subjective portion, nothing is difficult in there. Means all in the book, the examples match from there only.
Okay. Is your question answered, Agastya?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay, you have lowered your hand. Moinak, you can go ahead. So Moinak has joined from Shiliguri. He studies in a school named which is in Shiliguri. So yeah, Moinak, you can go ahead.
Sir, in class 9, I'm taking science. So there are two
Hmm.
parts in science. Science that is environmental applications and computer applications.
Okay.
So if I take computer applications, then in class 10 boards, will I have biology in it?
Will you have
Sir,
biology?
will we have biology? Yes, sir.
Yes, biology will have. Like Debangi, Sufyan, they all had computer application, but they have biology as well.
Yes, sir. Sir, but what is the use of biology in computer applications?
No, no. See, then what is the use of history and geography in computer application? Right. So biology is a different subject. See, I'll tell you, class 10 curriculum is more of a generalized curriculum which helps us to find out your field of strength so that you can move ahead in class 11 according to that according to your strength. So if you say feel more interested in biology, if you see that you're getting more marks in biology, then you can understand that you need to go in a biology oriented field. For example, if you want to go into engineering, you can go for biotechnology, or you can go for B pharma. Okay, you can, or if you want to become a doctor, you can go to medical field if you love biology. And if you see that your biology is weak, then that means you can realize that biology is not your cup of tea. If computer application, you're doing good in computer application, you need to go into computer application oriented things like computer engineering, all those things, like BCA, that those things. So class 10 syllabus curriculum is more of a generalist syllabus which gives students an opportunity to find out their field of interest and field of strength. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. uh, so Arav Gupta, you have a question. Okay.
Yes, sir. What
Okay.
I
Okay.
wanted to ask
Mm-hmm.
from them,
Mm-hmm.
do they have any recommendations for YouTube channels for last minute revisions
Okay.
for all subjects or
Debangi, do you have any such suggestions? YouTube channel, one shot video.
Sir, I did not watch for other subjects, but for second language, I used to watch some YouTube videos for understanding. But other subjects, I did not really use YouTube. Like I
Second
had my
language.
teachers and all to guide me.
Okay. So second language, do you want to know, Arav? Second language means she had Bengali.
no, sir? I have
Okay.
Hindi.
Sufyan, any recommendation from your side? Any one shot video?
One short video. See, whatever you want to study from YouTube, you study, but don't study from Tarun Rupani. Okay, there is a YouTube channel called Tarun Rupani. Don't study from him.
Okay.
He
I
teaches
used to
very
Don't,
study from
interesting.
him
no
only.
need to take the name.
So don't
No need to
study
take
from
the name
him.
because this is a recording going on. Okay. So that's fine. You can later
Also,
on message him know what not to study.
and
Hmm,
some
yeah.
some tips now. So for literature, you can go for Study with Sudhir. For literature and language, both Study with Sudhir. It's a very good channel. For second language, you can. The channel is called English for All, but actually he teaches second language Hindi. I don't know why. He also teaches very good. And
For science
I for science I did not study from YouTube. You can go for physics wala videos, foundation.
and for history geography
History, geography, that also I did not study from YouTube.
and for computer applications.
That I did not study only.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Sanjeevani has a question. Okay. Sanjeevani is asking the first question. So let me take her question. The question is loading. Sanjeevani, can you please paste the question in WhatsApp? Okay, because this window is taking some time to load. I don't know why. Yeah, Sanjeevani, please send me the question uh, in WhatsApp. Okay. Okay, so Sanjeevani's question is, sir, okay, but I have a question on the presentation of the paper, like some tips and tricks to write answers more. One second, I need to rejoin. Yeah, hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, so Sanjeevani's, okay, so Sanjeevani's question uh, is there any, I mean, do you suggest anything regarding the presentation of the answers in the paper? Like when you are writing down the answers in ICSE, do you have any, like, do you follow any specific presentation, like writing with blue pen, black pen, then drawing, then underlining the important keywords? That is what Sanjeevani's question is. So Debangi, would you like to go for this question?
Sir, I did not used to use two color, like two pens in a paper, but I used to underline the main points for the theory subjects, not in physics and chemistry, because I did not used to get much time in the paper. So that's
Okay, so you mark the important points for in which subjects?
like the theory subjects like history, geography, because
Okay.
we used to write a lot, so
Mm-hmm.
the teachers can easily check out the key points, because that's what the ICSE checkers like check,
Ah,
mainly in English too.
okay, okay, okay. That's correct. So, Sufyan, like, what did you used to do the same thing? Mark out the important points.
I did not follow such such a rigid system, but whatever you do, maintain good handwriting and avoid the katakuti what you do.
Okay.
That really ruins the presentation.
Hmm.
And for the theory subjects, you try to present your answer in bullet form. That is much
Okay.
easier to check for the teacher. But don't do this in literature. Literature, we have to give answer in paragraph, and literature you can underline your answers in literature and history.
Okay, very important thing, very important question Sanjeevani asked regarding the presentation of the answers. So yes, it is true that in ICSE, teachers prefer point wise, except literature. Like if you're writing physics, chemistry, biology, write down in point wise. Okay, so that it will be easy for the examiner to like identify the important parts. Okay, if you want, you can underline the important keywords also, because see, it is not possible for examiners to check the answers throughout the, like, line by line. So they search for these keywords, and when you write down the answers in point wise, it becomes very easy for them. So when they feel easy, they will automatically have a different impression about your paper. So yes, very important, good question, and very nicely answered. Okay, so Moinak, you have another question?
Yes, sir. Sir, for the pre-boards, can we take some questions from other schools for the
Of
pre-boards,
course
and
you
will
can.
it be helpful
Of
for
course you
the
can.
board?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll provide you myself. I have questions of different schools. Okay. You can definitely, you can. That will help you.
Sir,
Of
thank you,
course,
sir.
that is going to help you. Okay, Rishpriti, you have a question?
Sir, in a day, like I'm asking, in a day, how many hours you have to practice maths like daily?
Okay, Devangi.
Sir, I practiced maths, whatever homework I used to get. Like, it depends on my mood. Like, whenever I used to feel like I can go for maths, I used to study maths, and then I used to study other subjects.
No.
But I think a minimum of 2 hours is necessary.
Okay, Rishpriti, don't go on your mood. Okay, she said that it depends on her mood. No, please, no mood. Okay, see, if we like give ourselves on our mood, then things might not turn it on our way all the time. Okay, like we have to keep our mood aside. Okay, and we have to follow our duty. So make sure that you practice not much. You are in class 8, just 1 hour maths you practice every day, which I know you do more than that. Okay, so that is enough, Prithvi. Okay,
Okay,
but
sir.
but
Thank
but not mood, not mood. Okay,
you. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Rishant, you have a question.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to know that how should we utilize our time? Like in times, at times we get holidays at a stretch, and the vacations also we get. Like will be getting the winter vacation
Hmm.
and the summer vacation. How to utilize our time in that?
Okay, so like Sufyan, how did you utilize your time, the winter vacation and summer vacation? So your question is mainly like what you need to do when
Sir,
you don't have school.
winter vacation you cannot study. Very
So Rishan, what is your question? I mean, your question is not very clear. Like how to utilize means you are asking that when you don't have school, what should you do?
Sir, I wanted to ask like how many hours should we study when we have holidays at a stretch or vacation we are having? How many hours should we study?
Okay, how many hours should you study? Sufyan Devangi, like how many hours you used to study?
sir, during the holidays means if I wake up early, early waking up is a good motivation for me. Then I would study 10 hours maybe.
10 hours.
And if I wake up late, then that day would not go so well. So waking up early is crucial during holidays.
Very good.
And if it is
Hmm.
winter season, you really cannot study well.
Uh, Devangi, what is your view on this? How many hours should you study
Sir,
during
but
holidays?
sir, my main holidays were almost gone in the project works. Like they used
Okay.
to give all the projects during the holidays.
Hmm.
So I, for the main holidays like summer vacation or the puja vacation,
Hmm.
I did not get much time for studying. I used to study the evening portion mainly, and the morning I used to do my project works.
Okay, okay, okay. So, Rishant, you got your answer. Like, I mean, if you have project work, then that I think summer vacation is the best time to complete those things, because those are unnecessary wastage of time, but also they fetch you 20 marks. Okay, those are important, but again, unimportant. Okay, and apart from that, if you want to spend a day on studying, then as Sufyan suggested, wake up early and study for 10 hours.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Hmm.
I had one more doubt, sir.
Okay, okay. Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, according to
Yes, please, Rishant. Go ahead.
so, sir, according to the toppers, for them, what was the like easiest subject and the hardest subject to score in the ICSE?
Okay. Sufyan.
That really depends on the person you are. If I give you an answer, that will not really apply for you.
Correct. Yes, Rishant, it is more of a subjective question. Like, it depends on you. I mean, you might be excellent in English, as you said in the morning that you are quite easy with English. So, if you're easy with English, it might be easy for you, but for others it might be difficult. If you might be very good at biology, okay, so it might be easy for you. For others, it might be difficult. So it is. I mean, it is more of a subjective question. Like, it depends from person to person. For some people, maths might be
Sir,
easy. Hmm.
sir, I wanted to know their perspective.
Okay, okay. So Sufyan, what was easy for you? What was difficult for you? Which subject?
What was easy for me?
Like, which subject was easy for
Easy,
you to do good, and which subject you really struggled? That is his question mainly.
easy subject for me were geography, computer, English one,
Okay,
and tough subjects were history and physics. Like not
okay,
physics was easy to study, but I knew what was coming ahead.
okay. And maths was what, between?
Means maths is chill. Maths is easy. If you
Okay, it
do
is very
maths, you
easy.
will feel easy. But the paper came hard. Then what can I do?
Yeah, right, right. We got unexpected things. Got your answer, Ishant?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So Arav, we have one more question. So we have 3 minutes. Okay, we will we'll do a hard stop at 11, because they have to like go for tuitions. I also have classes tomorrow, and many people over here have to come tomorrow morning. So we have 3 more minutes, Arav. So you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask them that how do they manage distraction, such like games like BGMI, Free Fire, etc.
Okay, I know Debangi doesn't was not too much
I can
into
answer,
that.
sir. I can
Yes,
answer.
yes, yes. Sufyan, you are really the right person.
So you have to, if you are interested in games, then you can carry multiple interests. Class 10 is not so tough by you. Class 10, if you do it in a limit, carry both
Hmm.
together, means I used to play 2-3 days a week, not all days, and that
Hmm.
depended on how much pressure I had.
Hmm.
How
If
many
I
hours
had
did you play a day?
max 2 hours max, and don't play that much. Okay, try to leave that thing.
Yeah, very good. Very nice suggestion,
Class
Satish.
11 is very hard.
Right.
And
Excellent.
other distractions?
What?
Other distractions?
I did not had any other distraction, right?
Okay. So Araf, you got your answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have 2 more minutes left. It's already 11 p.m. It's already late night. So we will be stopping our call here only. Thank you everyone for joining this late night call. This was really helpful. This has been recorded and will be shared with you. And they will be there with us. They are already there in the group. So if you have any questions, you can call them directly, ask them. Okay. So with this, today we will drop off. I hope everybody has got your answers. Okay, and all the best for your future. Thank you everyone. Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
sir.
sir.
Good answer.